Hello, welcome back to Dark and Dicey, you guys. Episode 10. Yeah! All right, so one more time, we will not have Zach with us this week, but Cristina is back as Anya.
Hi, it's me.
Yes,
Anya.
you got a little frog in your voice today. I know you guys.
It's me, it's Anya.
It's me, it's Anya.
I'm Anya.
Christina's been
Anya
screaming all
today,
day.
Lipness guy.
That's right. We're gonna have a deeper, more rich Anya today.
She would like being more rich.
What can I get for you, sweetheart?
So really quick, for those of you who missed out on last episode, Pluck had a sort of cosmic in D&D experience. Google MacGuffin tried to proceed and finish his research on the island last episode, and in order to finish, he needed the help of an ancient, terrifying friend of his. He has many ancient, terrifying friends, known as the King of Games, who holds court in this weird cosmic plane of existence that they were sort of and/or kidnapped to. So Pluck was chosen to lead this grand game in which Kovacs and Trixa were pawns. And through this game, not only did the King of Games discover some of their past, but he uncovered enough information for Google MacGuffin to make a decision. And unfortunately, that decision was to get the hell out of Dodge. He attempted to wipe everyone's memories, sort of succeeded with Kovacs, but unfortunately for him, Pluck and Trixa remember everything. Speaking of which, Anya, retroactively, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. DC 15.
Saving throw. I have -1 wisdom.
Perfect. Roll a 16.
Okay.
This is a surprise to everyone.
4.
4.
-1 is 3.
3. You wake up with no memory of Google MacGuffin.
What?
Every portion of your memory that this little rock, inhabited has a hole in it.
Whoa.
You have no idea what this thing is.
Okay.
You just wake up one day. It's out of your head. Poof.
Does she have foggy memory?
She remembers
does she
everything.
realize that there's things missing?
Yes. You will realize that there's something buggy about your memory, but you can't exactly put a fine point on it.
Is it like Frozen, where it's like, oh, I removed the magic, but keep the fun?
All the fun remains, yes. All the resulting fun from Google MacGuffin is still
gotcha.
around.
All right, I can work with this.
It's just the memories.
You've lost your memories, but am I having fun?
Right, you are having fun.
Okay.
Right, so that happened. Anya, unfortunately, does not remember anything, and having witnessed the events with Kovacs, your characters probably will suspect that one or more of the party may have some memory issues. So it is now the dawning week of the Festival of Life in Allhaven. This festival was thrown together at the very last moment by the government to take attention off the fact that there is some crazy shit happening in the city. People are being resurrected from the dead. They're famous wand makers going haywire and attacking the city. It's not a very good look politically, right? And you just found out, Kovacs, that they have diplomats from Vismanar, apparently in high positions of the government. That's probably not good. So this will be the morning after the last. You guys have just recovered from your weird cosmic game with the King of Games. You can hear, as you wake up in the morning, the sounds of trumpets and celebration and this grand musical affair, really early in the morning, by the way. You can hear it all the way coming from Allhaven. They are starting bright and early. You can't quite, even if you kind of put your pillows over your head, it's loud. They're going at it.
Have we taken a long rest?
Yes, you have taken a long rest.
Fantastic. This is so sad.
Are we all together right now, or? Are we
I mean,
just
you're
in our
all
beds?
you all went to bed at the Pretty Cook, so you can all come out and it's your average day, except there's bright, happy music playing from the city.
I brush my teeth first.
I get downstairs.
Izaz is very happy with you.
Pretty cook. Hello.
Hey,
Oh, what's wrong?
you hear this garbage?
Yeah, it sounds happy time.
I guess that's a word for it.
So, let's cut the business. Where's my money?
Oh, yeah. Hold on a second. I got something for you.
Oh, I'm so happy.
He reaches down to his coffers behind the the bar, and he's made some gold off of your idea.
Cool.
He opens it up and he starts going through. The four.
All right. Here's your share of the profits for this last week.
He dumps a pile of 300 gold pieces in your lap.
Jeepers.
Oh, this is very good.
Hey, you keep bringing me this infinite horse meat. We're going to be in business for a long time, you and I.
Never in here.
Actually, there are a few customers walking in and out.
It's just us buying.
It's just you guys buying up the horse meat. No, ever since you guys invested some money in the town, there has been some foot traffic going back and forth. But yeah, so he hands you this pile of gold, and he's like,
Yeah, there'll be more next week. Oh, by the way,
Yes.
we figured out a marketing gimmick for what you guys call it?
GBQ?
No.
Old famished?
Oh, yes, the old
Did you just come down? You're like,
Yeah.
famished.
The old famished. All right. Now, listen to my idea here. You know how they're having this awful festival over in All Haven right now? Well, now would be the perfect time for you guys to take a crate of this stuff and make some business decisions inside the city. Market a little bit.
Little free samples.
Yeah, free samples.
Give them a taste.
In fact, if you want, I can give you a crate with a tiny bit more famished berries in every bottle. Just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
You know, get the appetite wet.
I have an idea.
Right.
Why don't we smother some famished berries onto the meat?
I've already been doing that.
Oh,
That's where that 300 gold came from.
you're so smart.
Capitalism!
I am not there for any of this. I am in my
love
room.
the
Trixa has
festival
changed the
events.
entire economic course of this restaurant around by discovering these famished berries so close to the village.
There is reason there is huge statue in this village. Of me. Festival of life. There's parties and joy, and soon there will be a life inside of me. Kovacs! I have favor to ask.
I'm up in my room, just like,
Through the bright, cheery music, you hear the telltale cry of Anya calling your name.
Kovacs, wake up! I know you're up there.
I just get up and go down, and I'm just like, what is it, Anya?
Would you donate a baby to me?
What the hell are you talking about?
You know?
As Anya says that, like 3 patrons in the bar go,
Yeah! Do it!
I don't have any babies to give you.
Just, you know what? I changed my mind. I just can't bring myself with a human. It's gross.
Well, first of all, I'm not a
What?
human,
Yeah.
but
But
I still don't have any babies.
okay, this is fine. I'll figure it out on my own. There must be a way to reproduce asexually.
I wonder if Yuan-Ti just lay eggs sometimes.
They can't.
They
Yeah?
can? I didn't know
Were
that.
you DMing when we discovered that?
Yeah.
Did we? Yeah, we looked it
Yeah.
up, and they can do both.
They can do both.
They probably gotta
Wow.
be fertilized somehow.
It's gotta be fertilized.
Right.
though.
What do they do with all the spare eggs? You know, do they just have breakfast all the time?
Hey.
Oh,
Hey.
Children.
Anya, you could be
Unfertilized
like adding eggs to the menu every day.
Wow. I go up to my room and look. Oh, hey, pretty cook. I have useless disappointment egg. I lay sometimes. Here.
As far as I read, it was
They
If-
literally batches of eggs.
if they breed with
Is it batches?
if they breed with like a Yuan-Ti or like another egg-laying race, they'll lay an egg.
Okay, so they don't like just
Or like,
automatically
or
lay
multiple
eggs,
eggs.
like chickens or anything.
Yeah,
like
I-
chickens?
no, it's
I guess I
not
don't
Okay.
know, but
Oh.
I don't think so. But then if they bred with like a non-egg laying
about to double my
race,
gold intake.
then they would have live
There's a
birth.
lot of layers to this.
This is
pretty
multifaceted.
weird.
I didn't know about like that's fantastic. I'm gonna do some research. Okay.
How are the little lizard babies doing?
The little lizard babies have had kind of a rough night because this noise has started pretty solidly early, right? So your kids have more or less spent the night either complaining or getting into cracks or just sort of like they're kind of entering their early terrible twos for tiny lizard babies. You know, so they're growing a little faster. They're eating a little more now, right?
Okay.
And they're getting to be a little much.
Okay.
They now speak fluent Snack.
Cool. Great.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess I'll just talk to animals and talk with them, if I may.
Sure.
I just want to like know what they're saying,
Right.
like in general, even though it's probably just complaining.
Right. All right. So you pop your spell. Your kids are all screaming different things. One has to go to the bathroom. One's really upset about the music. A few of them are just really. In fact, most of them are just really sleep deprived at this point.
Okay.
You know, a couple of them are looking up at you and just sort of making these little lizard noises that you can make out to be like, "Will you make it stop? Will you make the music stop? We really want to go to bed."
Can I like try to like take some stuffing out of like my pillow or mattress or something and just like make little earplugs for them?
Yeah, let's call that survival. I'm gonna call it a survival roll.
Survival.
Yeah,
Do they have accessible ear holes?
like tiny ones.
17.
17? Okay, yeah. You managed to get some cotton fluff and you individually each like stick them into the ears, and it does. It starts to work. It calms them down. You know, they start getting sleepy, and all the sleep that they've lost is starting to very quickly catch up to them. So they're like, they kind of crawl into the corner side bed where they kind of share a nest. And for now, your children are quieted. They can no longer hear the awful happy music.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So they're going to be napping for a little bit because they lost an entire night's worth of sleep.
Okay. And how's edgy Lil Ritz doing?
Oh, she's not really joined the others. She has the things in her ears because she also doesn't like the music, but she's just kind of leaning on the basket like.
I
Not
thought Ritz
tired.
was a boy.
Oh, I thought it was a she.
Oh, I don't know at this point. You know what?
You're the father. You make the decision.
Plus, just like, you know what? I'm just going to wait until they figure out what they identify as, and I'll hold no judgments and love them however they decide.
I think that's a good way to go about
It's a
it.
great way to do it.
But yeah, your emoist child is leaning casually against the basket, too cool for school, not going to take a nap. He or she has been up this long, might as well be up for the whole day.
I'm just going to like sit next to them and give them a little pat in their head.
He's just like, all right, Dad, thanks.
It's like, you're special. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Thanks, Dad.
Okay.
I'll remember that.
I'm going to go downstairs and most likely everyone's doing something horrible.
Hey,
So,
hey, Dad,
Yeah.
could you do something about that music? I mean, my brothers and sisters are fine, but like, that's a lot. Your kid's language skills are developing pretty quickly.
yeah, right? It's just like,
Yeah.
Wait, did I not have enough for everyone?
Oh no, you did, but like he's just complaining a little more. He's just like, is there any way we could make that stop?
I'll, like, let's see, is the window like just an open whole window, or is it like?
No, you can close it, but it's you can still hear the music through the thing. It's loud.
Can I like try to like just put a pillow against the window?
Sure.
Just, like,
Let's call that I'm gonna call it another survival check.
Okay. Well, that's an 8.
You put a pillow against the window and you just sort of feel it vibrate.
And then I just like let go and it just falls to the floor.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, I've done all I can do.
Well, you tried your best, Dad.
You seem like a smart one. I'm gonna leave this task to you.
What?
You help your siblings.
Dad, I'm
You do
size of your hand.
you do some research
Uh,
and you figure it out. I'm very proud of you. You've
What?
become so intelligent.
Oh,
I think you have what it takes. You're powerful and you're beautiful.
they.
And I think you're gonna do your siblings proud. Me too. Bye.
He's gonna be one of those absentee fathers.
It's like, you don't know that yet.
All right, so you leave your smartest and most evolved child to allow them to handle the problem as
Oh,
they see fit.
before I leave, I'm just like, oh, also, keep an eye on Davor. He has to poop. Goodbye. It's just,
How about that? Just that you walk down the hallway, you just hear, ah.
just like, they'll figure it out.
Pluck, as you are coming down the stairs, you manage to glance out the window while you guys are still downstairs. You notice far off in the distance where you can see sort of the edge of the sea, where the cliffside would be. There is a row, and when I say a row, I mean a very large line of ships, not coming into your harbor, but you see it winding around the island, and they are in line for the All Haven docks. Now, these ships aren't just your average merchant or public cruise ships. They're very, they vary wildly in design. Some look super artistic. Some look military. Some look just batshit outrageous. Like there's a boat with a carousel on it. You know, it's one of those kind of things. A lot of the music that you hear is coming from these ships, and as they very slowly pass you by, you notice huge amounts of cargo, large amount of weapons, completely staffed to the teeth with what look to be very shady, salty sailors and possibly some pirates. These are not the nicest looking folks passing your town. And that is what you see outside.
Over breakfast, I want to go back to my journal and continue filling out what I remember of the Google saga.
Okay, so you continue and then
And I will also want to include what I remember of that map image that I
Yes.
saw in my head.
you're able to sketch out a little thing.
What's Werblund doing?
Oh, Werblund. Werblund is off on a solo mission. So you know how the pretty cook has asked you guys to take a crate of your drink to Allhaven. Well, Werblund has been sent on a small diplomacy mission with the lizard folk of the island. He's taking a crate of that stuff to them to see what they're going to trade for it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well,
So there's a couple of things to possibly do because of the ships that are coming in, and because of now you have these Allhaven superhero personas. You do have access to the city. You can go explore. You can see what's being set up. You can try to get information from any place in Allhaven. The access is yours now, right? So you can go in and out as you please, as long as you're wearing, your Allhaven disguises. It's been a little bit since you checked up on the Death Scar. Who knows what that looks like right now? There's and of course there's these endless rows of ships, obviously belonging to Winkerbeing's Emporium. So a lot is happening on the island right now. You just let me know what you guys want to do, and we'll dive right into it.
so I have these holes in my memory, right?
Right.
And I also don't remember the entire last session, right? Like the whole game.
Not the whole. No, yeah. It was a blur of weird shit.
Because he busted out that Sir Lucian voice, and I was like, what? So, okay, all right. So, I guess I have a hole in my memory because of Google at the Death Scar.
Right.
So, I want to go there.
Okay, so you do remember the Death Star, you just do not remember Google.
Yeah.
And as I recall, you're taking their word for it because he made the Sir Lucian, like he produced Sir Lucian's voice.
There was literally no other explanation. And I'm like, I remember the Death Scar, but there's something missing from that memory, and it's really bothering me. So, yeah, I would go check that out.
Okay,
Are
so
you just leaving without telling us?
Yes.
you just noticed Kovacs
It was a rough night.
quietly just get up from the table.
Go Vex, don't forget to buy some meat on your way out.
Where you going?
I'm going to that horrid hole that the skeletons are digging.
Oh, the hole.
Why?
There's just something drawing me to it.
That's not good.
Are
It's
you
like
dead?
there's something. I don't know, maybe.
Oh,
I'm just confused.
Anybody else feel like we're forgetting something?
no.
I definitely feel like I'm forgetting something.
Yeah?
Nothing to report on.
Do we-
Anya.
Do I have like a child that I forgot to feed?
You know what?
Anya.
It might be that.
Yeah?
It might be that.
Oh, you know what? I haven't checked on my pet in a few days.
Anya, you know Google?
Google. What a silly name.
Oh no.
Sounds like baby talk. What
happened
are you
to her,
talking
too.
about? What happened to me?
They
Tell
keep
me.
mentioning this Google, and I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Eh, Google. Silly name.
So,
Silly.
all right.
What?
So I summed it up for him. I'll sum it up for you.
What?
There was a rock, and it sounded like, "Hello, I'm Google," and it told us some things and some bad things that are gonna happen. And then we played a game. It was very fun. I wish we could have kept doing it. I had a great time. And so now things are awful.
Oh yeah.
So
and
what are
that,
we
that
doing?
ruby's running out of power. If someone makes one more wish, it's gonna die, and then some undead thing's gonna come out of the ocean and kill everyone, and everyone's gonna die from starvation from their food that's magic and not real.
Right.
Look. That is the most words you've ever said to me.
What gives you like a?
I really feel like we're making progress.
Feel like
Alright,
we're
so
making
you've just been given
mistakes.
that information. How do you feel about that? That there's a magic rock. You're just like, sure.
All right.
Perfect, I believe you. All right, so Kovacs, after that exchange, did you just head out?
If anyone would like to join me, now's your chance.
I start following him.
Trix gets
Will
up, follows.
Will you carry me? I'm so tired. I jump on
Why
his
are
back.
you so tired, Anya?
I'm light.
Anya flails onto your back.
I just roll with it.
She hangs loosely off of one shoulder,
I'm so just done that.
like a scarf.
Well, I guess I'll go too.
I go try to pick up Pluck. To carry him.
It's like
She's probably strong enough, actually.
it's like I don't know. You try to pick up an animal that really doesn't want to be held. It's just kind
I
of
want
like
to do your
flail.
piggyback ride.
Just like
Trix walks up in between your legs and just sort of goes
"Wah."
fairly easily too.
Let's go to
She,
the undead hole.
she trollops outside.
I'm getting sick.
All right, so the two of you carry your two companions for as long as you want to across the way to the Death Scar.
I mean, if I don't get tired, then I don't really care.
No, I mean they're both pretty light.
Yeah.
Kenku don't have too much in the way of bone mass and musculature.
Sorry, viewers.
After about a 25-ish minute trip, walking through very nice meadows and scenery, you do come across the terrible barren wasteland area of the Black Steel Isle. Things have progressed. There's no individual skeleton or zombie or undead that you can see. It is a large mass of writhing bone, protruding. I dare say, sort of bleeding through the soil in the center of this. The skeletons and undead that have been clawing away at this dirt have seemed to have kind of mashed together into one long, writhing, white appendage that is sifting through the dirt. Apparently, it's just more efficient instead of individual bodies.
How big is this thing?
This is, man. Okay, so this is getting to be about 20 feet long. Just a pit of bone, 20 feet long. And
Pluck points to the middle of it and casts darkness on it, so it's just hidden.
you're just like, no, I just need that out of my sight for a second.
50-foot radius. He's just like,
Right.
well, I didn't see nothing if you didn't.
What did you just do?
Nothing. Nothing was there.
I want to use Divine Sense again.
Divine sense. That lets you sense, what was it, the...
Detect good and evil, sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet if it is not behind total cover.
All right. Okay, go ahead. You use divine sense. There is again, you pick up this waft of a centralized intelligence in this pit of awfulness, and it's only a few feet below the earth at this point, and it is getting higher and higher. It is, the bones are doing kind of this action and is unearthing itself, and it will be up soon.
Does it feel undead?
Oh yes,
Cool.
a very, very distinct undead feeling.
Whatever's down there, it's close.
Someone give me a reason not to jump in and find out what it is right now.
You'll probably
I just
die.
throw Anya off my shoulders and like,
Ow!
be my guest.
Have at
Really?
it.
I can't see anything anymore. Thanks,
It is
God.
very dark.
It's very dark.
I'm just like, I'll just undo it.
The terrible mass of writhing bone comes back into picture. It's not the nicest looking thing.
Look, will you come with me?
Have we told Casey about this?
I don't think we've mentioned it.
Kovacs is like,
And
Wait,
that's
you-
fine.
no.
You're serious.
Yes. Can you just turn into something that I can write down like a I don't know, like a thing that will skate over it.
A surfboard?
Like, looks at you,
Whatever that is.
like,
about-
sorry, it is like, is she serious?
I'm serious.
Maybe like a
I am so
stingray.
serious.
Let her do it if.
No, she wants me to go down there.
Oh. Sorry.
Listen, I love a good mystery as much as the next person, but also I want to be the hero this town needs. So I will go down and find out what it is. Why am I talking like Flex said? I can't stop.
It's contagious, isn't it?
It is. So
You go on ahead. You'll have a good
Anya,
time.
why don't you just fire some of your magic at it like you're so fond of doing?
oh sure, I do. I want to create a bonfire.
Okay.
I just do it like it's a 60-foot radius, so I just want to do it in the center, see if it parts.
It's a spell, create bonfire?
It's a cantrip.
Cantrip. Oh, okay. And just creates a bonfire?
Let me read it.
Yeah.
You create a bonfire. Until the spell ends, the magic bonfire fills a 5-foot cube. How big is that?
It's a 5-foot cube.
Okay. Any creature in the bonfire space, when you cast a spell, must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 fire damage. It ignites flammable objects in its area that aren't being worn or carried.
Okay. You just create it in the middle of this bone pit.
Yep.
Okay.
Right where I see the hole is the deepest.
There's like a thing sticking out, right?
There's a lot of things sticking out.
Oh.
All right, so you sort of like aim for the center of this writhing mass of white bone, and you're like, a large bonfire erupts from the bone chips in the center and just sort of pushes itself out of the earth. Right?
Yeah.
As it pushes itself out of the earth, your bonfire uncovers the last bits of dirt. Covering this thing that is erupting forth. So you see this bonfire slowly rise from the center. Oh, it's majestic. It's nice. You know, it's a perfect bonfire.
It is 5 foot cube.
It's a 5 foot cube.
Square.
And it just keeps rising, and it starts to form a little point at the top where the bonfire rests, and this dark object beneath begins to push it from the ground up and up and up. The writhing bones surrounding it are clawing with shapeless fingers and hands and extremities, unearthing this black object from the dirt. Of course, now your bonfire rests on it like a hat. It is a solid, black, adamantite coffin.
Ooh,
Good job, hero.
I want it. It's mine.
Have at it.
I will.
You see it slowly emerge from the dirt, the bones supporting the base until finally it clunk onto the dirt, clunk onto its side.
It was like right side up.
Right side up, and then it just sort of...
How long is it?
It's a regular, like, 6-something foot
Okay,
coffin.
okay.
But it's solid adamantite.
All right, look. I know what someone's probably thinking.
It's mine.
We probably shouldn't open it.
We should open it.
Do not open it.
Let's open it.
Please, for the love of God, don't open it.
We shouldn't open that.
No.
Well, if we don't, someone else will.
You see the bones start writhing around this black adamantite coffin.
Okay.
They're all it's sort of trying to get it open, but it doesn't. There's not enough function and stability in a lot of the bones to get the latches and stuff. It's
Don't
struggling.
let him open it.
Why don't we take the coffin and keep it safe ourselves?
As long as it's not open.
What
Trying to-
if we get real far away, hide in some trees, cast some magic without a bracelet on the coffin?
I'm not.
That will open it! It'd come in and smash it and open up. Do you want
And then
plagues?
they can fight. They can fight.
This is how you get
And we can
plagues!
cheer them on.
I can't, no. Can we stop the bones? Can we not let him open it?
I feel like we should talk Atri. I don't know why.
I want to set these bones on fire.
Google.
They set 'em on fire.
Google just doesn't answer.
What? Stop calling Google. Whatever that
Google
is.
used to help us.
Is he your imaginary friend?
No.
Can I?
Like your demon inside?
No.
Oh.
You can tell
Damn.
me.
Is it safe to assume that the form of these bones are not humanoid?
They're all sorts of things.
Okay, well, that...
And now they're all together.
Yeah.
I will create the path. Pluck, you get it with your animal form, and we run out of here with the coffin. That sound good?
We're gonna take the coffin with us?
Well,
Where
why,
would we
I,
Can
go
we
with
even
it?
carry this thing?
I have idea.
I don't think so.
Since you guys don't
As you
want
guys
to
are
open
chatting,
it,
just letting you know what's happening in the background. As you guys are coming up with a plan, every once in a while you look over and the form of bones seem to be trying to form into a more solid thing to get this coffin open, and you see the bones start amassing into this sort of torso-like body. It's experimenting. It's got 2 long, craggly arms. It tries to grab the coffin, but the hand falls apart as it's lifting it. It's trying to stuff it into where its head would be on this misshapen body.
It's evolving.
My God.
No. Don't you have something with undead or something, can't you?
I can try to make it stop.
Yes, please.
I
If
can
they're all
also-
molded together, does it count as one undead?
I
and you
have
can tell
no
it to stop?
idea.
Well, it's worth a shot.
All right, we're gonna use control undead on the big, massive stuff.
Okay. All right. So you take a deep breath. You don't know how this is going to work, but you channel the latent power inside of you. You try to aim for a specific spot on this thing. You're trying your very best, and you feel something start to give, a skeleton pops out of the mass, and it's your orc friend.
Oh.
He's back. He kind of slides out of the mess like a newborn, like.
Oh, it's you, Olgrak. Punch that thing.
Punches this
And
big
don't
writhing-
stop. Just keep going.
Just this big orc skeleton trying to pummel this writhing mass of bone. It's not doing much.
Cool.
But he is in a fight with it.
Good.
Great.
Great. All right. So, we started.
Well, at least probably whatever's in that coffin is undead. So you can do the same thing to that whenever that becomes an issue.
I feel like I would have to take a brief rest.
You can only do it once.
Yeah, you're a little winded. You're a little cosmically winded. Yeah, so your the writhing bones are not having a lot of luck opening this coffin. So as for the moment, it seems like the coffin will remain closed if you wish it so.
I do have a monster we could use to maybe pull these bones off the coffin. You won't like it.
What did you have in mind?
And he kind of looks at. He holds up his floating wands. He just points.
Perhaps we should save that as a last resort.
All right. Feel like we're getting close.
I want to go attack the writhing mass of bones.
Just attack
Just
it.
see what happens if I just lay into it.
All right, roll to hit.
20.
20 non-natural. Okay, yeah. You take your large sword and you cleave right through a lot of the bone. I mean, this is not the hardest substance you've ever hacked through. This just feels like ordinary bone. It's not reinforced by necromancy in much ways, which tells you that the power animating this stuff is not very stable. However, as you're cutting through, you notice the bones do just kind of meld back into themselves into this weird, calcified, moving, undead stuff. You know, it's got a mind of its own. It's not attacking you back like a lot of the undead you're finding on this continent.
Yeah.
And you do notice though, as you cut through it and it forms back together, it's a little stronger than it was before.
Great.
Cool.
Just it seems a little more solid.
I feel like we should tell Kitri. She's a good problem solver.
We just leave sarcophagus?
Yeah.
I want to try to move the coffin.
What do you
See just how heavy this thing is.
Okay. So you walk up to it. The bones are just not paying attention to you. It's trying to open the coffin.
Yeah.
Roll a strength check really quick as you take a grasp on the coffin.
Pretty bad. That's a 7.
Yeah, that's really heavy.
Really
you
heavy.
tug and the bones keep it in place.
Okay. Can I try to wild shape into where is that on the new sheet? Oh, there we go. Into a bear, and try and use that strength to.
Like regular bear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, actually, what can I do at this level?
At level 5, I think you can turn into something bigger than a bear.
Let me see if I don't know how this sheet works.
I think 5 is where you get something that can fly.
Let me see. Oh, here we go. No, 5 isn't anything. All right, I'll just bear
Okay.
it up.
Bear it up.
Maybe-
Pluck takes a step back, ruffles his feathers a little bit. You see his body start to manifest into this other furry creature. The feathers fade away, brown fur erupts from his skin, and suddenly there's a big hulking pluck bear just sort of like...
No. I'm a bear.
This is just a pluck bear. All right, so pluck bear. What would you like to do with your new bear strength?
I would like to. I wish I had the stats for this thing. Bear. Bear. Here we. Wait, no, hold on. Dire bear. That sounds cool. Bear. Okay. That's not what I was looking for.
I think brown bear is the one. I just DM'd a druid, so
okay.
this is all fresh. But I think brown bear is the one that you can do right now.
Yeah. Brown bear. I just want to know what my strength.
Your strength
bonus
is,
will be. Oh, here we go. Brown bear. Okay. Okay, that's really good. So I'm gonna try to move the sarcophagus.
All right, do a strength check. You start plowing into it, trying to get it unlodged from the bones.
Can I try twice?
What did you roll?
7.
7. You start walking up to the thing, and you notice the bones are finally starting to react. One of them grabs you by your bear ankle.
I'm gonna take a swat at it.
It gives away pretty easily, but you have noticed now they are starting to react to your presence.
I imagine they like look at me as I'm walking. I'm just like.
All right, would you like to try one more time to move the coffin?
Sure.
Yes.
Ooh, there we go. 22.
Oh, nice. Okay. So at first you're a little waylaid by the fact that these things are grabbing at you, but you're a bear now, so you got to have that bear courage. You plod right into the bones. You use your strength to knock them away. They don't have the power to oppose you to that degree.
I just slowly just bite onto a handle, and then
Yeah.
just like.
Yeah, you
Just, like,
drag
try to
it
be
from the
like,
center of this thing,
like,
slowly out of the grips of the bones, who cannot keep their grip on it while you're a bear.
I'm just looking at him like, okay.
They are following you though.
As he's dragging it, I want to just hack the closest parts to the coffin that are trying to.
It's like bone weeds. It's you hack off a portion of it. It just falls to the ground and rejoins the mass.
Just trying to delay the inevitable here.
So if I drag this back to town, this thing's just gonna keep
Yeah, it looks like it's following you.
Look, I have idea. We drag it to sand pit. Throw it in sand pit.
Let's just open it and kill whatever's inside.
I climb on Pluck Bear's back.
Maybe we get people to help us, like Walter and other friends.
Kaiji. Well, should we?
Pluck's still just kind of dragging it until a new plan has been decided.
I'm just kind of on Pluck Bear, holding him by his top.
Right. While you guys are coming with the plan, Pluck, will you roll an opposed strength check against the bones?
9.
9. It stops you. A more solid hand has formed on the other side of the coffin.
I'm just
It
tug
has-
of warring with it.
Yeah, it has gripped it and it has stopped it in its tracks.
Can I shoot a firebolt at the hand?
Sure.
I shoot a firebolt at the hand.
You char the bones, but there's no real damage.
I go down and I'm still on Pluck's back, but I try to kick at it, try to get it off.
All right. Do another an opposed strength check to this thing.
Okay.
These can just
Those are not good for this. 8.
No, you kick it and you hurt your foot a little bit.
Oh, Pluck.
Can I walk over to the opposed hand and just smack it?
You can attempt to, yes, but I want you to notice as you're going up to try and smack this hand, another hand has formed outside of this coffin, and it is reaching for the latch.
I smack that one.
Roll to hit.
Okay. It's gonna be with my claws, which is +5 to hit. Oh, there we go. 22.
All right, you just smack these bones right out of the way. The hand shatters in the air. The bones fall to the ground, but they are reforming. It appears you're running out of time. As long as you're on this death scar, the bones are fairly empowered.
We
Oh,
have to get it
on
off.
the pit?
You guys are still in the death scar itself. You've only dragged it a
I
little way.
want to help dragging it.
Okay. So you the bear is doing the main dragging. So Nate, give me one more opposed strength, and then you give me a d6 like help roll for him.
17.
17
+3.
plus 3. Okay, working together, you manage to with bear pluck, just take a really good grip of the thing, lift it from the ground. You and Pluck are able to manage to get this thing off the ground, and you're starting to move it at a more accelerated rate.
Cool.
You notice that the mass of writhing bones behind you is now having a little harder time catching up because your movement has increased.
I want to keep trying to slow it down.
And you are slowing it down by shattering it at every step of the way.
And I'm shooting my fireballs at it too.
Right. You're both just kind of like trying to keep it as far away from the coffin as possible. And after a while, as you get this coffin closer and closer to the area where the Death Scar ends, you notice that the bones recede back into the background and stop following you.
Okay. I didn't realize that was like a thing.
Now we have time to think.
I say we just push it in the sand pit.
Can I
What do you
like?
think?
Yeah.
Can I use my keen smell as a bear to see if I pick up any familiar scents from the sarcophagus?
Familiar sense?
I don't know. Maybe I can. Smells like a dead thing I smelled once.
No, it's not a familiar scent in there. It's a very singular, very strong, very acrid scent. Whatever is in there is not pleasant.
Well, what do you guys say?
Okay.
We just open it?
Well, I could have told you that.
But
What if we open it right next to the sand pit, and then we'll see what it is and then push it?
that sounds good. I'm in.
What if it's something that can't exactly be pushed?
Well, we're all going to die anyway.
Did I get a sense of power when I divine sensed this thing?
Whatever is in here, there is a latent kind of pressure coming from the sarcophagus. You have the feeling that whatever is inside is going to be a lot.
What if we take it to like a lake and you can like bless the water or something, make it holy, and then we just put it in the water?
I'm pretty sure I can't bless shit.
We'll get Kaiji to do it.
We've already we've established it's like magic in there.
It smells like magic. It smells like very strong necromancy in this coffin.
Okay, because I was gonna say I could detect magic to further confirm what we pretty much know.
Yep, it's magic.
It's bad.
I say we go to the sand pit and get Kaiji.
How far's the sand pit?
You'd have to drag it all the way back to town and then through the woods.
How long would that take?
Not long with Blood at our side here.
Yeah, I mean, at the pace you're going, it'll take like an hour.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
I have an idea. And I would like to use, what was it called exactly? Find Steed.
Ooh.
All right. So you're trying to use this fine steed to maybe make the journey faster. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I want to like pull it.
All right.
So I'm just like, I feel something.
I
Something's
put
calling
my-
to me.
I put my head on his hand like this.
You see Kovacs just start concentrating. He's like, wait a second. All right. Few moments pass. And then you hear an ear-splitting shriek.
Oh boy.
You've reached out with your spell, and you feel the magic coursing through the land. Unfortunately for you, the magic is leading to a very singular place. Your hand is guiding you. You start feeling a connection, and you open your eyes, and your hand is facing directly towards the center of the Death Star. And this shriek that comes from this pit, this otherworldly scream, erupts into this massive skeletal warhorse, dragging its decaying bones from the earth, purple necromantic light awash in its sockets, the teeth elongated into rotting husks of fangs, bone spurs erupting calcified from its joints as it thunders onto the field and races towards you in this unholy fury of screams and purple like balefire. And it arrives, this huge, massive undead form radiating this terrible necromantic power. And it looks at you, and it bends one skeletal knee to you, and it waits for its orders.
I will call you Death Mane.
It seems to like it.
You hear the bear just kind of...
It has this terrible, like, unholy, like, through its chest cavity, and it lowers itself so you can either mount it or give it orders.
So we got some rope.
Yeah, probably.
Look at the bear, it's like...
So yeah,
Yeah, I got.
Kovacs is just like, that happened.
I pull out some rope.
So, yeah.
You call it Death Mane? I'm sorry. Death Mane, yes.
Oh my goodness.
Death Mane allows you to wrap the rope around its huge neck. The rope looks paltry and tiny by comparison, like a tiny collar.
how big is this guy?
Oh, dude, it's like, not quite Sir Piggleton size, but this is a good massive, like 8 foot tall, like almost 7 foot like long fucking steed. Like this is a huge horse,
Sick.
a huge horse. It's what would you like to do with Deathmane now that you have it roped?
So he's all tied up to the coffin.
Yeah.
Anyone need a ride?
Yes. I jump onto the sarcophagus. I'm ready. Let's go.
I want to jump on the horse.
I'm still a bear.
There. You can push from the back.
I guess I'll... would it be faster if we were both, like carrying it?
They're going to be probably traveling faster than a bear can keep up with. So probably if you want it to be fast, hop on board.
Before he does that, I want to try to cast Animal Friendship on Pluck. Be my friend.
You feel a wave of ineffective magic wash over you.
Just like looks like...
I think it's working.
And just change back into regular Pluck.
You were unable to befriend the Pluck Bear.
Pluck takes his normal form and looks at Deathmane, then looks at Kovacs and goes,
I don't know. I just felt it. He's a good boy.
The horse has horns. Like these demon horns.
Are you getting on or not?
I get on the sarcophagus as far back as I can to not be near the horse. I'm so scared of it.
It's pretty monstrous.
I want to hold on to the horns.
They're stable.
Right.
They're stable. The bones themselves feel a little chilly to the touch because of the awful necromantic power coursing through this creature. It rises to its feet, its full 8 feet in length. Its powerful body just ready to take off at your command.
Onward!
boom. It just starts dragging this coffin as if it weighed nothing. Just speeding through the woods. You notice sometimes as its hooves come down on the ground, a patch of grass will die.
That's awesome.
A tree turns black.
Oh my god.
An entire flower bed disintegrates as it gallops through the woods. Yeah, this is an awful animal.
Just like, that's good, Deathmane. Keep it up.
It shrieks in response. And in no time at all, this is like a 5-minute ride for you at this point.
Oh my god.
This is a fast animal. You are getting very close to the edge of Fairheim.
Where were we going?
Is there a way we can go a back way to the sand
Are we going to the
pit?
sand pit? Was that what
Yeah,
the
sand
decision?
A way that's not straight through town?
All right, so you wanna
yeah.
Circle around, right?
Yeah, I'll command him to take the long way.
As you guys are, you command Deathmane. It's like, hey, just go around. Deathmane, because he was going so fast, has to sort of like curb himself. Huge lines of rock and dust kick up as he skirts, so he doesn't slide into the city proper, and he manages to kind of careen around the buildings and just sort of keep to the woods. However, okay, as you guys are making your way around Fairheim, you see, you hear bottles breaking as you start to make your way halfway through around, and you notice that Filbert is behind a building with broken crates because he has just witnessed you guys on an undead horse riding around the city with a black coffin.
This is the most metal shit we've ever done.
And you see him too. He's just like, hey guys. Okay, I'll see you later then. Wow. And that was that was the only person who saw you.
Keep up the good work.
I will, boss. Well, they keep a lot of animals in this town. And he just shambles off. But you do make it without getting spotted by anyone else. So you make it to the edge of the cliff where the sand pit is. And you're around that little clearing. The horse has arrived. It's stopped. The coffin has gotten a little scuffled in the trip. Some of the hatches look a little dingy.
Ooh. Well, shall we push it in the pit? I start to push.
I want to find K-Tree.
All right. That's a good idea.
Because we're right next to the church, right?
As much as I hate that idea, that's a good idea.
It's a good idea.
It's a great idea.
Oh, wait. I have idea.
Oh no.
Snake.
Yes, Anya. What can I do for you?
Snake.
Yes.
You are a small, pathetic creature.
Oh,
Why? Can you please look around this coffin? Do not get hurt. There's evil being probably inside.
why would you send me to a coffin with an evil being?
Just hear me out.
Okay.
What's she talking about?
She's just going like,
Hear me out, Snake. I just need you to peek, just to see what is maybe inside.
You want me to go into the evil coffin and peek?
I cast invisibility.
Where is my body? I have never been invisible before.
Don't worry.
You hear a
little
thump.
Snake.
I fell.
Guys, I had the plan. It failed.
you see like this little shape in the dust, like kind of like,
Where am I?
Snake, it's okay. I like look for the invisible snake.
You pick up this invisible thing.
Put it back in my hair.
Help!
You're safe. You're safe.
Well,
I walk off
Never
to
mind.
the church.
All right, so you leave this coffin here and you start walking back off to the church.
shouldn't someone look after it?
I'm gone.
Shouldn't
Trixa has
someone?
disappeared.
Shouldn't? Did everyone just leave?
Well, you 3
I'm
are still.
staying. I'm staying.
Oh, okay.
Deathmane, keep that thing closed.
It takes a hoof and just goes
Nice.
on top of it.
Pluck like tries to help and just puts a light little hand on it too.
Deathmane
Feathers.
looks at you, raises one of his hoofs, puts it on your hand,
Can I use?
and just stares into your soul.
Can I cast talk with animals?
I mean, you could, but it is undead.
Oh, okay. So it's not animal-like. We're just.
Well,
Do I get the sense that he's being aggressive?
No, he likes pluck.
Oh, good.
well, since you guys are busy here, I'm going to go check on.
You hear
something.
lightly the screams of children in its eyes.
It's all right, Pluck. He likes you.
Good luck. All right, so you start making your way back to town. You arrive no problem back in Times Square. Things are going on as usual. The music's still playing. Filbert's there. It's like, oh hey, did you finish with your giant undead horse friend?
Later. And I keep going.
Okay. What was in that black coffin?
Keep going.
Oh. All right, you walk right past Filbert. No one tells Filbert anything. You make your way to the dilapidated church, and Katri is inside. She's just sent along a bunch of the orphans back to the orphanage after lunch. And it's like, oh, Trixa,
Hi.
how may I help you, dear?
So we have an issue at the sandbox that could use your help.
An issue at the sandbox.
Uh-huh.
All right. Are you trying to murder someone?
It's already dead. Will you follow me?
Oh, all right. Yeah, Katri sets down her things and just sort of walks along. So, what's this about someone already being dead?
I'll have to show you. We're not sure what it is. We just know it's evil.
Sounds like a lot of things you've been doing recently. So Katri follows you, and as you're leading her back, you guys feel the coffin. You hear for the first time a small
No.
and the horse is like,
Deathmane, 2 feet, 2 hooves.
No, 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 no.
My sword out.
even the horse, the lid, you notice, comes up just a tiny bit. Even Deathmane, trying to put all its weight on it, is starting to fail. You get there with Katri right on time to see this. Katri comes into the square. What's all this? Holy hell!
It's ready.
What is that? And points to your horse.
Oh, that's just Deathmane. He's mine.
That's actually our friend. Our problem is in the coffin.
What is that?
It wants to hang. I don't want to hang.
It's a
What?
problem.
I have never seen that before. Where did you even get
It
that?
came from the woods. A bunch of skeletons sticked it up, and we just know that it's really bad.
She's talking about the coffin or the horse?
Coffin.
As you guys are kind of panicked over this coffin shaking, you notice Deathmane rear up suddenly, as if shocked. it kind of scuttles back from the coffin as if like something has outside of your influence just commanded it off. It just sort of very respectfully backing away from this thing. The coffin shakes a bit, settles. Katri joins you as she peers over. Come on over. Anya slides back into the scene like a snake.
Did you boys say you got this from the Death Scar? And
That
that
is correct.
undead were, what, bringing it out of the ground?
Yeah, they dug it up over a few days.
Does that mean you knew about this over a few days and you didn't tell anyone?
We forgot.
Seems like a crazy thing to forget.
Oh, I thought maybe we told you, but I
Well,
realized we didn't.
You know, hindsight, like, we could have made better decisions. But regardless, we're here now. This thing wants to come out. What do we do? Help?
Katri's going to roll a history check on this because she's not even sure she knows what this is. She rolled a 1.
All right, well, I'm not sure what you were expecting me to tell you, but I don't know jack shit
Should
about
we-
this coffin.
Should we just push the coffin into the sand?
My panic brain says yes.
Hey,
I want to start pushing it to the sand.
Okay,
maybe...
you guys start bull rushing this coffin. You're like, no.
So I noticed Deathmane like oddly like backed off. So
Yeah.
I wanna command him to also push and see if he does it.
You command Deathmane. It seems to want to obey your order, but it can't. It's frozen. It's some other force has kept it from moving against this coffin. And it looks to you like apologetically. It's like, he can't.
I will dismiss him.
So you're like, no, away. Does it just make him poof or does it send him away?
Let's see.
Or does he just kind of...
Right, just plop down into a pile of bones.
It could be just as dangerous.
Look at the bones!
Just like xylophone
Deathmane.
noises?
It says you can release it from its bond at any time, causing it to disappear.
All right, so here's how it's going to happen. So you're like, maybe not the best idea if this thing comes out, so dismiss. You see, it's a spectacle. Deathmane sort of, I want to say explodes, but erupts into a shower of bone chips and purple hellish flame and screams, and he's gone.
Don't worry, that was supposed to happen.
You're like picking bits of him out of your hair. Like, yeah, that happens every time. Okay. Note to self. So you guys are trying to push this thing into the sandpit as soon as possible, right? All right, everyone, roll a strength check real quick. Whoever's trying to do this.
Really? 7.
16.
16.
14.
14.
I'm using Warble's dice. So I better look. 13.
13. Okay. You guys start digging into this thing, and you notice it's a little harder because you're so panicked. You're pushing the coffin against dirt and rock, trying to get it off the cliff. Katri has joined you in trying to push this thing off because she has no idea what the hell this is, right? And so she jams her body against it. Everyone's pushing their best. Kovacs, you have the most leverage, so you manage to, at the very last second, just sort of dig your arms under it, and with all of you combined, you flip it.
Yeet!
You flip it, and you notice this heavy-ass coffin, boom, onto the side of the cliff, kind of precariously drift, lean against the very side, and finally begin to topple over. However, as it topples over, you notice that the casket opens and it falls, not showing you what was inside. It plummets down the cliff.
I look over the cliff.
As do I.
As do me.
Nope.
Looks like I'm done. You notice the bottom of the coffin with the lid out, open like this, sinking into the sand.
You think we got it?
Did it?
Man, that's a good piece of adamantite that we lost.
It was a tremendous amount of adamantite.
It's fine. We'll live.
It'll be down there with... What's the name of the guy that you killed?
Fizzlepot.
What?
We left the coffin for Fizzlepot.
All right, divine sense.
Divine sense?
Where is this thing?
So you reach out with your mind. You look down at the sand pit. You're like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You find something. You find an undead force down there.
It's in the sandpit?
I'm just saying you find undead down there. It's got a different flavor, if that makes any sense.
Hazelnut.
Yeah. You're like, huh. A little different.
And nothing anywhere else.
So just down in the sandpit?
Yeah. It perturbs you because that's not the same undead. You are sensing a completely different thing.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Whatever it is, it's gone.
Yeah, we threw it in the pit.
We
No,
did
it's not
it.
down there. I can sense what's down there, and that's not it.
Oh, that's not good.
Maybe
No.
it decayed in thin air.
That'd be nice.
That'd be real nice.
We oxidized it, and releasing the chemicals, it mixed in with the air, therefore neutralizing the corpse, and it dissolved, and then we're free.
I'm sorry, could someone fill me on what has just happened?
We threw the coffin over
Didn't
a
you see?
cliff.
It was pretty cool.
Yes, but what was the genesis of this entire story? How did this come about?
What
I
is-
don't know. We just found a bunch of skeletons sticking up a thing, and then this was the thing.
It had nothing to do with anything. We didn't do nothing wrong. Things were
We
going bad.
saved you.
I watched you drag a black sarcophagus through the woods on an undead steed.
Right, we were saving this city.
Listen. You listen, this place has severe problems. We did not bring them with us. They were already here.
All right. So, skeletons sticking up a black sarcophagus. You've given me a lot of research about. Could you stay here and make sure, first of all, that whatever was in there is gone? And I will do a little research on what's happened, and let's compare notes in a little bit.
I did
I
not
mean, we
take
can
notes.
sit here
It's
and
gone,
watch.
all right. That's the problem. Can you
do you
sense
mean
it too?
She kind of clears her head and she goes,
That's just Fizzlepot. I know it's Fizzlepot. And that's just Fizzlepot.
What I felt before is gone.
Do we know about that?
Katri goes.
Well, I know, but do I?
You do now.
Oh, okay. Looks
Yeah,
like
things have
what?
accelerated. She's not too fond of she doesn't care at this point. It's like,
Yeah, it's just Fizzlepot down there.
what happened to him?
Oh, your friends didn't tell you. He had an accident.
He had an accident.
That's
I
tragic.
knew we must have killed him. It makes sense that they buried him here.
Tragic.
Anyway. Yes,
Alright.
it's gone. Whatever it is, it's gone.
All right.
I don't see any reason to stay here.
All right. Well, I'm going to get back to town and start digging through some books. Oh, that was a really nice adamantite coffin that had to go down there.
You know, that's all you people care about.
Look, I'm a woman of trade.
Hey, why
Anyway.
don't we team up, Katri? You tiny.
You're already selling barbecue in my city.
Yes, I'm a woman of industry.
We'll talk.
All right.
all right. So Katri, extremely disturbed by what she's seen, begins to head back towards town. Are you guys following her, or are you guys gonna stick around to see what the what's happened to the sandpit.
I want to stick around for a little bit. But not by myself.
Tricks are just hanging out.
I called Deathmane back.
Just a shower of like bone chips.
Every time it just like terrifies the shit
It's
out
the
of Fluff. It
loudest,
happens.
most like
It's like,
explosive like
I'll try to warn you from now on.
right, like the earth explodes and it just like comes out of it like a giant beast monster.
Fluck like tries to like avoid eye contact with him. It's like,
He just makes me giddy. He makes me feel something I've never. I pet his mane, and I'm just like.
I'm like, well, speaking of undead, and I just walk off. I need to go collect more supplies.
Oh, right. Anya just like, well, that was fun. Walks off.
I'm going to investigate the Death Scar. If anyone would like to join, Deathmane will gladly give you a ride.
no.
Okay, Pluck, you want to watch the sandpit for us?
No. I'm gonna go back to. I want to check on the babies.
Okay.
And be like, I don't want none of this. This is awful. I'm sad. I'm so sad.
Okay. So let's take this in pieces. Let's do Anya, baby's Death Scar. How's that? Anya,
Yes.
you make your way back through the woods. You come upon the cabin, upon which your centaur
Yes.
still resides. It's it's with where you last left him. He's kind of like hobbling through the shanty you've set him up in, attached to his rope. What would you like to do?
I'd like to take him out for a walk, just like holding his rope.
Okay. You unhook him. He kind of lumbers next to you, sad.
How is it going? What was your name again? All right, Heaven Spear. That was it. Anyways, we made a lot of money, you and I. 300 gold. And it cost you nothing but, well, your life. But are you having a good unlife, dead life, afterlife? What
You
is
know,
this?
you notice Haven Spear staring in a certain direction out the window, and he just sort of like tugs at the rope.
Ugh. What are you doing? Haven Spear.
He wants to go back to the Death Scar.
Oh, goodness. Well, I tried to let you free, but you were too willful. Stop it now. And I tie him back up. Well, I tried to be nice. I tried to be a good friend, but you just want to leave me like everyone else in my life. So I just slice him open.
You
And I
start collecting things.
I start collecting it. Let's get this over with.
Anya, I want you to roll perception as you're harvesting Haven Spear for the umpteenth time.
All right. 18.
18. You stop what you're doing because you hear a very familiar, very cacophonous sound. Overhead, you hear a shrill cry of what sounds like very thick celestial.
Oh.
Shrieking across the sky. You hear it round about the cabin in the air. I want you to roll stealth.
12.
12?
Oh, no, 11.
11? Okay. So you're trying to like stop yourself from breathing, and Haven Spear knocks over a jar. Just you hear the circling stop. Give me one more roll of stealth.
Okay. 14.
14. After what seems like an eternal moment, you hear these wings take off.
Well.
You're like, and we're just gonna hurry.
Gonna get this out the
Right.
way.
You managed to harvest an entire load of horse meat.
Alright. I pack it up and I start walking back. Very stealthily.
Very stealthily.
Slowly and invisibly.
Oh, are you casting invisible on yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, you're like, nope, just gonna ignore that, and you make your way back to town. So you have your meat for the pretty cook for the week. Pluck.
Mm-hmm.
You visiting your babies.
Mm-hmm. How are they?
They're so you open the room. Your brightest has. It's a weird little pulley system he's created. He's not dumb.
It's like 4 days and he's
Yeah,
like
he's bored.
engineering.
He's a young adventurer.
Okay.
He's harvested a lot of like needle and string from the room, and he's sort of like crocheted the little what do you call them? Like the little edges of the window that lead to the outside. He just sort of filled them with crochet,
Okay.
and he's sort of like. And you enter this room, and it's muted. He did it.
Pluck just like walks in. Like, you okay over there?
Yeah, we're good.
Pluck just like walks in.
You don't see him right away. You see the other kids, kind of hanging out and doing their thing. But you hear from the bathroom, 1 second, Dad. Almost got it. You see him chase out this tiny little undead rodent with this little stick he's found. He's having his first fight. He's battling this tiny little rodent.
Oh baby, rolled his first initiative.
He's bopping this thing on the head. Dad, little help. We're being overrun by zombies. I think we're being overrun by zombies.
Yes, that's why I came to talk to you.
What?
First of all, I love what you did with the window. Great job.
Oh, thanks.
It's good. How's little Davlord's accident? Is he okay? Is he good? Is it,
I left it on your bed.
except the bed's like,
I didn't know what to do with it.
great.
I'm a weak old dad. Like, what do you want?
That's fine. It's like, all right, so, it's like, and I call the rest of them. It's like, children,
They
gather
kind
around.
of swarm around you.
So, horrible things are happening.
What?
Some kind of powerful undead entity might have been released.
One just starts crying.
And no, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's like, oh, little Marva, you're a little wimp. I knew you would be. Shh. Shut up. Please shut up. Please shut up. Please stop. Oh my God. Please shut up. Like, puts him down. It's like, so. Shit, I have nothing else for this.
Well, Dad, you just mentioned undead.
Hey.
We're a week old, but we know what that is.
Mm-hmm. Right, you do, because you're very smart.
Well, no, and because of the undead rats.
Right, how many of those have been around?
A few.
A few.
Yeah, you
Okay.
haven't been here, you know?
God, I know I haven't. And I try, and I want to do better.
Yeah.
But it's just tough because there's work stuff going on.
Yeah,
that I
work
have to
stuff.
attend.
Yeah.
It's tough.
More important than your kids.
No,
I
it's not that it's
understand.
more important. It's just I have to do that in order to take care
It's
of you.
okay. You know, we were attacked by the undead while you were gone. It's
Well,
fine.
so were we. And
Yeah, that sounds rough.
so I don't
So-
need that.
It's okay, Dad.
I don't need that.
It's
right
okay.
now.
It's okay. You know what? It's fine.
Pluck's
It's
like,
fine.
I don't need that.
I'm sure this is not gonna haunt me later.
No, it's better not.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not abandoning you.
I'm not saying you are. Just you.
Do you want to go out there?
No.
No, you don't.
No.
You see these little rats? If you'd have gone with me, it'd be like, wow, I wish I was fighting rats right now.
I really don't wish I was fighting.
No, you don't. I don't either. Yet here we are, fighting rats and God knows what else is out there.
What is out there?
I
You still
don't
haven't
know.
told us.
It's had something horrible and strong, and it was in an. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Oh my, Harry. Okay. Puck's like, oh. All right. Puts him down. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I can tell you this.
An unsettling quiet fills the room, along with that awful, bad music outside.
It could be better and worse. It's a matter of perspective. So, you have a nice soundproof room,
Yeah.
and that's great. It's lovely. You have a nice bed that, well, maybe not anymore. But you have a room, and you have food here at the Pretty Cook, and you have each other. You have family. And family's important.
Dad,
Yes.
why don't you look like us?
Oh. 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 I wasn't ready to have this moment today. Well, kids, you're not adopted. More like, do you know what that means? You know what adopted is?
Adopted.
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 Adopted, yeah.
What does it mean?
Adopted is when, well, first of all, wow, we have to take a lot of steps here. All right, you know what? This might be a better conversation to have later. But
Okay.
there's a great reason. You stay here. You stay safe. I'll tell the.
You're
pretty-
leaving again, Father.
Do you want to?
I'm just asking a question. It's all right. I'll watch over them while you're gone.
Pluck has like a single tear. He feels so bad. He's just like,
These lizard babies seem to be growing pretty quick. Like,
I wish I had a choice, Ritz. I wish I had been dealt any other hand but this one.
It's okay, Dad. I understand.
He like hugs Ritz. It's like, I knew you would. You do your namesake proud. You're strong and intelligent, and you're gonna lead these. You're gonna lead the little ones, and you're gonna.
It's a lot of pressure to put on a week-year-old baby.
I know.
Yeah.
I know it is, but I'm gonna try and be as present as I can.
Okay.
I'll be back before you know it.
Okay.
You stay here, you stay safe, you stay fed, and you watch your brothers and sisters.
I'll protect him from the zombie rats.
Yes. You've got, how many have you taken out already, huh?
2.
2. You're so strong. What happened? You've got this. Yeah. See, this is why you're in charge.
Okay. I'm gonna do my best.
You're gonna do your best, and you know
I'm
what?
gonna do my best.
That's all you can hope to do, is your best. That's all any of us can hope to do.
Yeah, I like it. It's a little nihilistic, but I like it.
All right. Well, you have a good day.
Thanks,
and
Dad.
I'll see you tonight. Right?
All right.
Okay. Daddy loves you. Not abandoning. As he's walking out, just like, not abandoning.
I believe
Just
you.
be back in a few.
close the door.
There you go.
Yeah, your happy little family.
Poop still on the bed.
Poop's still on the bed. All right. Death Scar.
All right.
Have you ridden Deathmane back to the Death Scar? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I want to ride on the front of Deathmane.
Sure.
All right, so you plop Trix up front,
On the horns.
and like the air pressure that happens as this thing is traversing the woods, your mouth is like, this is awesome. So you guys get back to the Death Scar in no time at all. your steed, Deathmane, as soon as it sets hoof on the Death Scar itself, you feel it like almost grow another foot. It seems to be magically enhanced by this area, and it feels powerful, and it just trods you over to the center of this mass of barren wasteland. And you notice that the writhing pile of bone has resettled in the center of this of the Death Scar, and it has begun to dig out an area, and the bones are setting into what appears to be a pyramid-like shape, something that is akin to a structure almost, and it's building itself up over time.
Okay. Gonna divine sense again.
The Central Intelligence is back. It's here.
What I felt from the coffin?
Yes.
Oh boy.
It is deep inside that thing, but it is out.
So like above ground in this structure.
Yes.
Of
How
bone.
big is that?
Of bone. The structure is quickly building itself up to be, well, it's digging sort of deep into the ground, so it's not building itself up so much. It's building itself down, like this way.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? Into the dirt.
Oh, DM. Also, I forgot to mention, but once I leave the kids, I go to meet up with them. So however long that takes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you take off afterwards. Mm-hmm. Sure. So you guys have gotten there first, however, and it's going to take him about 20-ish minutes to get to you. So yes, this weird bone-like temple. It's digging and burrowing into the ground itself. There does appear to be an entrance up front, should you wish to walk into it, but it's a bone temple and it's building itself.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Whatever it is, it's back in there.
Didn't it want to be out?
It is out.
But now why is it back in a thing?
I have no idea. We need the others.
Okay. Can we like ride him off of the scar? I don't like having our undead horse on this undead
He
circle.
does feel strangely attuned to it. So I'll pull him off a little bit so we're off the desecrated ground.
All right, so he kind of steps off and starts to revert back to a more... You feel like you have more control over Deathmane, and while he's not on this blighted ground. While he is on it, you feel a force, a necromantic force, far more powerful than what you have control over, Deathmane, have sway, and that's uncomfortable. So you arrive in time to see... they're kind of on the outskirts of this of the Death Scar, and you see in the distance this grand white bleached temple burrowing into the dirt.
It's like,
It's in there.
it?
Yeah, it.
Oh, it.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It got a house.
Maybe he's like in a cocoon stage. So he still needs to be in a thing. But he was trying to get out of the coffin, so I don't understand.
None of this makes sense to me.
Nope.
Can Anya be back?
Would you also like to go to the Death Scar?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll allow you to join. So yeah, you and Pluck arrive at the same time. You still carrying a whole bunch of horse meat, unless you want to have dropped that off.
I dropped it off.
Okay, you dropped it off.
Firebolt.
Out of nowhere, you see someone just randomly shooting a firebolt bolt.
Must be Anya.
Hello. Well,
fi-
I don't know what that is, but let's destroy it.
The firebolt collides with the building. You see a streak of charred bone, and it mends almost immediately.
Well, that was no good. I'm going to go hide in a tree.
How far are we from this building?
Since you're on the edge of the Death Scar, you need to walk in quite a bit to get to it. So I want to say like a good, like 100-ish feet or so.
Okay. But we've still got like a good view of it.
Yeah, you got a good view of it.
There is an entrance to this thing.
There is.
It has like a door?
Yeah, there's a big grand like it's not. It's as if there were two double doors, but the doors themselves were gone. You could just walk straight in.
It's open.
After Kovacs informs Plux there's an entrance, he's just like, okay. And what do you want to do with it?
I was thinking we would go inside.
That's the really stupid thing I thought you were going to say.
I like it.
What do
What
we
if there's
gain from going
treasures?
inside?
Treasures.
We need to stop whatever this horrible.
Why is it our responsibility?
This,
Adventure.
that right there. Yes, that. Why?
Because it's probably going to massacre the entire island.
Then we
Okay.
should get the entire island to help us.
An experience.
Or we can leave the entire island.
Possible
Yeah.
boyfriend.
That's also an option.
I start walking slowly towards it.
It's like,
Anya just
Just like
starts
listing off reasons I want to go in.
just starts walking off towards the bone temple.
Possible babies.
Right. As you walk closer, you see these spires of bone curl around the entrance, forming these monuments. It's starting to complete itself. These spires of ribs shooting out from around the base of this building, curving in on itself.
it's like, no, come back. Don't go in there.
But it looks so inviting.
No,
It's
we
a
haven't
door.
made a plan yet. Don't go.
Doors are made for walking
Don't
through them.
go. Are you not stopping?
No, I'm just standing at the door.
Oh.
And just to like peeve Pluck, I'm like, I put my hand on the door.
It's open.
Don't
Oh,
do
it's
it.
open?
Yeah. It's a
I
big
go,
hallway
"Oh,
inside.
Look what I'm having. I'm out. I'm out. Ooh.
Anya does this. She seems safe for the
yanked
moment. She's like, huh? Oh!
And I jump like halfway into place at once.
Anya,
Crap.
make a dexterity saving throw as you jump further in.
Wait.
So one of the times that she was set to jump out, she does not. Because the last time she did it, she fell into a pit. You hear her say, hey! Ah."
And
Oh
Pluck
my
is-
god. So,
The echoes of her voice fade as she drops deep down inside the bone temple.
Pluck's just like, all right, so there's ways we could see this as a victory.
I'm inclined to agree with you, in a sense.
maybe we...
Anya.
See, we have an agree. We have an agree. Do you know who else would agree with us if he were here? Is Werblin.
Alright, let's go.
Right?
Speaking of Warblin, I swore to help him get his daughter back, and if this entire island is destroyed by some horrible undead fiend, then I can't do that.
Well, that's happening tomorrow. What if we get the daughter tomorrow, and then we leave, and then the undead thing takes over the island, but we won't be here?
So you think
Ah.
at the rate that this has been progressing,
You,
this
you
is
guys
gonna take,
hear
like, 2
Anya
days.
wailing from inside the thing, like,
We
Anya-
just need to get the kid tomorrow.
Anya, you've landed on a pile of bones. You take only 1 point of damage,
That's good.
but you're playing it up.
Oh, Black hell.
we can hear you. No.
She's fine.
Oh, my spleen. It
You-
has been
You
ruptured.
hear this echoing from inside the boat.
Help. Hello.
Anya,
We like stay quiet.
Anya, make a perception check around you where you fell.
18.
18? Okay. So while you're playing up, like, help, it hurts, my spleen. You take a glance around and you see these, you're in this pile of bone now, this organic, malleable bone, and it's fitting into place around you in pretty, it's a very Gothic-like decoration, right? The walls themselves kind of thrum and hum with this necromantic energy, like pulsing almost, right?
Is it dark in there?
It's there's a low glowing like blue purplish light that Anya can see from, and Anya, across the way from you, you see this hunched over figure in a dirty brown cloak, writhing masses of bone for appendages, pointing out places in this room for the bones to envelop and redesign. He's almost kind of like orchestrating a symphony with these bones, right? And you can't really tell what he looks like from the front. All you can see is the draped brown cloak from the back. And you guys up top start hearing Anya's cries fade a bit.
Oh! I want to cast Spider Climb.
All right, so you cast it on yourself really
I
quick.
cast it on myself, and I want to like move up, like run up the wall and try to get myself out.
Anya, make a dexterity saving throw as you go up.
You threw it at me.
8.
No. You start spider climbing up the bones. You feel this fist intercept your entire body. This wave of... In fact, you almost get to the top. You guys see the top of Anya's head pop out from this pit before this large hand takes her entire body and drags her back down into the depths of the temple.
You bastard! That's why we told you not to go in there!
I don't like her, but
See? She's already making friends.
It drags you back down into the pit.
I feel the urge to intervene here.
You turn around and you notice the figure that had its back to you now completely turned to face you. Within the cloak, you see it. In fact, the fingers trace the cloth away from the skull. You see a polished, bejeweled, dazzling, gem-encrusted skull peering at you with green, baleful eyes as it rests almost floating on top of this kind of haphazard mass of writhing bone as its body.
Ooh. Hello, beautiful. Let's be friends.
You.
My name's Anya. I am traveling adventurer, and I fell in this pit. Can I just go?
You have fallen into my domain. And after 10,000 years.
Long time.
There's a pause.
Wait.
What?
After 400 years.
Oh, okay.
I have finally escaped my imprisonment.
Oh, wait. Were you in the coffin?
Yes,
I freed you. That was me. Yeah.
I remember being dragged through woods.
Well, we had to. Those skeletons of yours weren't working.
They were trying to free me.
They weren't working. We freed you.
You threw me over a cliff. I was there.
I don't remember that part.
I looked with my eyes.
These big green glowing eyes.
So, what's the plan here?
Anya, roll an Arcana check on this thing real quick.
Can we hear any of this talking?
Yeah, you do. Someone's chatting with Anya, and he's real upset.
14?
14?
Yeah.
This is a Demi Lich that you've uncovered. A Demi Lich is more or less a floating skull
Ooh.
with great necromantic power.
Uh-oh.
So you are aware of what this thing's existence is.
Ugh.
Sort of. Right.
Listen, I don't want to die. I'm too young and too beautiful.
Everyone dies.
Okay, creepy.
She
Well-
just said that earlier.
I don't want to die right now. Why don't we? Hey, I got an idea. I can help you. They trust me. Kind of.
Who is they?
The humans, the lizard folk.
Humans. Lizard folk.
Yeah, even this little.
What has happened to my island?
Oh, it's your island?
This island belongs to me.
Oh, it's habited now. By humans, lizard folk, and this one little grumpy blue guy.
The Demi Lich turns its face, seemingly recognizing or remembering something.
Oh, God. Oh, God, that miscreant adventurer! He's stolen everything from me!
He's probably dead now. 400 years is a long time.
No, I can sense it. The old guard is alive, and he has my phylactery.
Yo, what's a phylactery?
You know what a phylactery is.
What is it?
By virtue of you knowing what a lich and demi-lich is, a phylactery is what keeps a lich alive.
Oh.
It is the source of its power. It is the source of its immortality. If it is ever destroyed, the lich is destroyed.
Oh. And what is name of this guy again? I will help you find him.
The name of the adventurer who stole the Black Steel Isles
Yes,
from me.
that
It is
bitch.
Olgard.
Oh,
God. He stole my phylactery. He stole my land, and he stole my tower. And he has used up almost all of its power. That fool.
You're super intense, like a demi-lich.
Oh. Well, Mr.
You guys hear all this happening.
Great.
You're just at the entrance going like, holy shit. What the hell is happening in there?
So, you're saying that all guard needs to be destroyed?
Yes.
I'm going down there.
Him, his entire people, his...
He's
Who is that?
Oh, that is my servant, Govex.
Do I hear her say that?
yes.
I'm not her servant!
Yes, you are.
I just go down there.
You slide down. You kind of finagle down
no.
the bone temple. You see what Anya sees. While this cavern itself is expanding into this pretty impressive looking gothic lair, this demi-lich is standing in front of Anya, who's still sort of like hanging out in this pile of bones, and it stares at you with these unblinking, fierce, glowing green eyes with this bedazzled, jeweled skull. And it just kind of hovers slightly above this mass of writhing bone as it watches you climb down.
If you are not her servant, who are you?
I'm her adventuring partner.
But he's not an adventurer, because we hate those guys.
Pluck calls down. It's like associate.
Who is that?
That's my associate.
He's a bird, not harm, like a pet. He's a pet.
I'll show
So
you.
anyway, we're going to go find Olgard for you.
The two of you who are still up top, make a dex saving for it really quick.
14.
14,
20.
20. All right. You're completely fine. You see this coming a mile away. Pluck, unfortunately, a stray hand travels down below, grabs you by the legs, and pulls you down into the temple with the others. You
I
just
take
sort
a
of like,
step back.
right, you're like, oh, you are now alone out here on the Death Star.
Well,
And Pluck, you are pulled down into the bowels, and you see exactly what everyone else sees.
Ow. Hello. Oh.
And who are you?
I'm just an innocent passerby. I heard nothing. I know nothing. I have no malice or ill will. Can I go?
Before I allow any of you to leave my domain, I require information.
oh, I can tell you anything. Tell me, what do you need?
I have been asleep for so long. What has happened to my Black Steel Isles? Why are there humans and lizards and minotaurs that I sense everywhere?
Well, let me tell you something. You've been gone for a long time, yes?
400 years.
It's
Still
a
a
very
long
long
time.
time.
It's a
And
long
they're
time.
saying life will prevail.
Just stares at you. It does not.
Of course, not in the end, but like it did. And life goes on, my dude. I mean, I wouldn't say that. Life goes on, my guy, my man, my creature.
Anya, from what I've seen, life may prevail, but in the end, unlife always prevails.
Yes, always.
There's something else.
We can't wait to die.
Life and
There is something else on my island.
Yes.
Why are there drow?
Well,
I would like to know that as well.
yeah, we don't like those guys.
What do I call you?
You may call me.
And it looks up towards the sky, very dramatic.
Dwight. What?
Dwight?
That's my name.
That's a good name.
Wait,
It's a perfectly acceptable name.
absolutely.
Is there
No
anything
one's
to that?
arguing.
Maybe 400 years ago it was.
Dwight, is there like the great, the sinister, or anything after your
No, it's just Dwight.
last name? Just Dwight. Got it.
Lost to the mists of time.
I want to whisper to Azaz. I want to say, Azaz, do you think we should go down there?
There's a little cat in your head that's like,
You don't think that thing could help us somehow?
a small affirmative in your mind, though it really doesn't like the idea of you teaming up with what appears to be some sort of elder evil.
Okay, if anything goes wrong, you know what to do. And I crawl in and I poke my head down and say, Mistress Anya, I found you.
Oh, my humble and willing servant.
Is that a lie too?
I'm ready to assist you. And
Do
I
you
climb down.
care at this point?
Not really.
Well, now that we're all here and we answered your questions, we're gonna.
You have
go.
answered nothing. Why is there a kingdom? Why are there ships?
Listen,
Has he built a city
That,
on my island?
that'd be crazy. But what if you did?
This island used to be a haven, a peaceful haven, where I could do my alchemical research in private. But now the teeming swarms of life have overrun its shores, and they must be erased.
Well,
I got an
we
idea.
are that. Alive.
Hey, so
Well,
we'd
Do
be
I?
more than happy to leave and help with your surplus population problem.
Yeah. I mean, I'll help as long as you let us leave before messing with us.
Well, by help I meant we could
I mean,
just go.
why don't you just go back to sleep for an actual 10,000 years? Apocalypse
I hear it does
probably
really good
happened.
thing for the soul. It's
Or-
very, very
What?
good. Or
I have an offer to make to you.
Ooh, I like that sound.
I have been asleep for many, many years.
400.
400. 400 years. And it will
even
take
number.
some time to amass my seat of power.
right, you have to like stretch out and stuff. It's
Like a literal
A lot of stretching.
lot of stretching. It's good
But-
for it, but
Am I correct to assume you have no love for the All Guard?
No,
No,
none.
not even. No, of course not. Bleh.
Perfect. I would like to offer all of you a job.
Dwight, answer me something. What was this island like when you ruled it?
And he looks off. He has a glimmer of nostalgia in his sockets.
Oh, it was beautiful. Quiet. Peaceful. Everything in its place. The undead, the adamantite, the alchemy. It was a paradise of research.
Yeah.
And then he took my fire!
And this green flame engulfs his body, and the entire temple shakes with rage.
Nice one, Kovacs.
The spire, which has been built to keep the power below this island at bay, has been weakened. If Allguard continues to drain my phylactery, if my phylactery is destroyed, there is no telling the devastation that could emerge amongst the entirety of the realms.
But you'd be gone.
Would you die?
So would everything else.
Oh. Well,
So we'd be doing the city a favor.
he definitely.
Why would everything else be gone? It's your phylactery.
Yes, it's my phylactery. My phylactery specifically designed to keep the power that is buried in this island buried.
Where'd that come from?
I thought you were the power buried in this island.
No!
What she said.
You know nothing! I am a simple researcher. I am the seal that keeps this island safe. My phylactery is the key to keeping you and every other conscious being in these miserable realms safe.
Whoa, you are a safeguard?
Yes, I'm like a hero.
Wow, I would not
A
have guessed
great
that.
hero.
Does he seem legit?
He likes to think of himself as a hero. He's earnest about what he's saying, let's put it that way.
Well, Dwight, look, let's just call a duck a duck. Is that the saying?
What?
Okay, so you don't want to die. We don't want to be erased from existence in time and space. So we will go save your phylactery.
Perfect.
But there has to be a reward in it when we get back.
I will offer you all great power. Great necromantic power.
Oh, well,
This
I will
sounds
give
awfully
you
familiar.
control over the dead itself. I will lavish rewards upon you. As long as you bring me the head of Allguard and bring me my phylactery.
these
You could give me
powers-
magic?
Yes.
These powers would be really helpful in attaining our goals. So can we just get the powers now? Maybe showered with gifts later.
She's got a point.
The Demi Lich before you
Oh yes.
rises to its full height,
Uh-oh.
Gather around.
and it reaches out its bony tendrils.
Take my hand.
I take it.
Anya, Trixa. More tendrils sort of reach out from under his cloak, reaching out to you two.
Really?
Last divine sense of the day.
I mean,
What the hell is this?
you know what? Here's the thing. You don't get massive evil off him. You don't get good,
Right.
but you don't get evil.
I like. Pluck looks at him. He's like, I don't have much of a choice at this point, do I? It's great. Take it.
All right. So you all kind of put your hands on his body, right? You
Let the pact be sealed.
No.
Back.
you feel this sting, this very sharp sting of cold necromancy enter your hands and fingers. Not robbing you of life, just settling slowly into your bones. All of you now have the Animate Dead spell.
Ooh,
Yikes.
cool. Hey, something Warbler does not have. He's going to be
Once
so
a day,
mad.
once a day, all of you can have a free use of Animate Dead. Right. And as he reaches his hands back,
That is simply a taste of my power. Now, use your new gifts and bring me my phylactery in order to save the world.
Whoop. I start walking up the wall. Bye, guys. I'll see you outside.
Dwight, before we go on this insane mission, what is it exactly that you are the seal protecting? What would emerge if you were to be destroyed?
Have you noticed that something is eating the magic from the island?
Why, yes, I have.
That is not me.
Oh.
Here in the realms of Barovia, in the domains, there is a power sealed away for a very great amount of time.
More than 400 years?
More than 400 years. More than 10,000. Less than 10,000, but more than 400. There is an entity that has dispersed its power all throughout the known realms. Have you ever heard of this entity called Zudun?
Have we?
roll history.
I'm listening. I'm just like at the top.
11.
11,
14.
14.
Nat
9.
1.
Nat 1. You're like, you have heard of it, but you're convinced it's a fairy tale. Convinced. There's no way this is real. It's a story about an elder celestial star. This godlike figure in the heavens before time and space even came to being. This Zudun, in the children's mythology, is what's called the corpse star. It is a dangerous, elder, terrible being. And legend has it, parts of its power were shattered and scattered to the far realms, including some parts of Barovia. But that's a legend. That's an old Barovian legend. No one has ever found evidence of something like this. There are old wives' tales of warlocks making pacts with Zudun's either avatars or shards of its magic, but nothing ever either written down, pasted to history. There's never been any eyewitness accounts. Nothing. You're convinced this is hogwash.
He like mentions Zudu and Pluck's like, it's not real. It's a silly little story.
Do we believe it's real?
You have heard, again, you've heard the legend, but it's such a old, like, random legend that
It's a story some people I used to know would tell me to scare me.
I've heard of this Zudun, but I never believed it was real.
It's not.
But this Dwight seems very enthusiastic about it. Maybe he's...
You do not believe
Maybe he's
in
a
the
little
power of
crazy.
Zudun. Behold.
and he points a skeletal hand across the way, across the great Gothic architecture that is now seeping into the ground below. It has dug into the beachfront itself and has begun to build an opaque kind of marrow-like film over the water so it does not seep into the cathedral proper. And as he points out into the darkness, you see for the first time under the waters this black, viscous, pulsing, necrotic material just laying on the bed of the sand you see a sawagan, a water monster, just sort of swim by, and it gets caught in this inky, tarry substance and is dragged to its death, crushed at the bottom of the ocean. And that is what Dwight points out to you.
Behold, it has begun. Zudun will be unleashed, lest you recover my phylactery in time.
That's Zudun. That's it right there.
Shards of its power, but yes.
Do I like believe it's real?
You see it. You can't really explain it. You've never seen anything like it before in your life.
No, that's it's a trick. That's not
Plug,
nothing.
I think that's it.
Nothing. No, it's not. Nothing can be it because it's not real. It's a story. It's a stupid.
Stories exist for a reason. Legends exist for a reason. They're all based in some kind of truth. I only believe what I can see, and I can see that.
Just because they say that's what it is doesn't mean it's what it is.
Well, whatever it is, what else do we have to go on? Pluck.
It's not real.
Don't believe it. Be
That
in
can't-
denial.
that
Then
can't
let's
be
just
real.
go
If that's
have
real.
a nice dinner.
If that's real, we're all fucked.
You have your mission. Erase all guard. Bring me the phylactery so that I may reseal Zudun's power and keep the islands safe.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
All right.
And that is where we'll end this session of Dark and Dicey. All right, I know we went a little bit over time. I apologize, I think, right? I don't know. A little
bit.
It's, a little bit.
Yeah,
That's all right. Wow, all right.
All right.
Episode 10 of Dark and Dicey, guys. Thank you for watching. Any announcements really quick before we take off?
WarioWare Gold.
Oh, that's right, you're in that.
I'm in that.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Who are you in WarioWare?
I'm a 5-volt.
5 volt.
5-volt. And 13 amp. She raps.
Oh, good to hear Cristina rap.
I
Fantastic.
rap.
Usual for me, the Paid and Exposure Tour with Zach Callison starts in like 2 weeks. So excited.
Nice.
Again, we're going in August, we're going to Nashville, Detroit, Chicago, Burnsville, Denver, Seattle, and Portland. We're going to be announcing new tour dates hopefully like within the next week. So get tickets and VIP at NateWantsToBattle.com. Come out to the concert, and it's going to be fun!
Yeah. And you're gonna be taking off for the next couple weeks, right?
That's right. My hat
What?
says Paladin.
That's true. All right, so Hunter will be gone for the next couple of weeks, but we will have a surprise guest star on Dark and Dicey. It's gonna be fun, you guys. I'm gonna sit in that chair right there, so we can keep it warm for you while you're gone. Anything else you guys want to announce before we take off?
Yeah, just the usual. If no one else has anything, subreddit, Discord, hashtag Dark and Dicey fan art, and yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Please tune in next week, same time, same place, Monday at 7 p.m. for the next episode of Dark and Dicey. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.